Today I'm going to be doing a lash lift in Tint. First, you want to clean the lashes to remove any oils or any makeup residue. I will follow through with eye pads and then I will use a sensitive tape. This type of tape is my favorite. I use it with all of my clients. Gently tape down the bottom lashes. You just want to make sure that when they close their eyes, they could fully close them because you don't want to get any serums in it and causes irritation. I gently tape a tissue to my client's forehead to protect her skin from anything getting on it. Then I choose the right shield size based on her lash length and the desired curl that she would like. I apply adhesive to the back of the shield and gently press it onto the lid. Once it's secure, we're ready to lift. There's many different types of adhesives. I really love using a balm. I think it's easier to work with. Also, there are a difference between rods and shields. Rods, you'll get a deeper curl to like a CC to a C curl. Then with a shield, I believe you get like an L curl. Once they are secured, you could gently place some balm or glue along the lash line of the shield. Now brush the lashes up. You could do this with a brush, a white comb, any tool that you may prefer works better for you. Double check that there are no lashes that are stuck under the rod or the shield. Once every lash is in place, we will get the perfect lift. Then I'll do the same thing to the next eye. I do like to go through my sets with a white comb just to make sure that they're all nice and perfect. And then if any lashes do pop off, I'll just go through it with a brush, making sure that they all stick down. Now the part that everybody loves. I apply the lifting solution, avoiding the tips of course. This first formula does smell a little bit like rotten eggs, but it's okay, you get used to it and your client will understand. I like to get as close to the root as possible, but just gently press in, and you want to make sure that it's a thicker layer, not so thin. And always keep a clean disposable wand just in case if you get it close to the lash line, you could easily wipe it off and make it clean. I love using cling wrap. I feel like it processes my lash lift twice as fast. I use it on every set. I noticed a huge difference when I do use it versus when I don't. I will then go in with Formula 1 with the next eye. While that one's processing, I will double check the first eye that I did. I'll apply a little more if I think that it just needed a little extra. If the lash pulls off and turns into a V, it's ready to be processed. If it turns into a U and very bendy, it's not ready yet. You need to add a little bit more time. Slowly wipe off the perm solution with a dry cotton round. And it's okay if any of the lashes pop off during Formula 1. You could go back and replace them. Use the brush that you used before or a white comb. And then after that, I will double check the left eye and making sure that it's ready and processed, and then I will continue with the same formula that I did with the first eye. Before I do the solution number 2, I do like to add a little bit of balms to the tip because the perms do deprive the lashes of moisture, so adding a little bit of moisture back into the tips helps them not over process. And then I apply the second solution the same way I apply the first one. I do it as close to the roots as possible and maybe just a little bit higher up. Make sure that you're applying the second solution evenly throughout the line of the lash because you want to make sure that you're getting an even lift throughout the eye. And then proceed with the cling wrap. I do apply it a little bit snug. Now with 2 minutes on my timer, I do like to brush through the second solution through the tips of the eyelashes just to make sure that I get a really pretty curl. I found that doing this process or this little secret tip really helps solidify the lash lift and make it look so pretty. And then again, I do the same thing to the second eye. I leave the second solution on for the same time as the first one. As I wait for this to process, I do like to mix my tint because sometimes it takes a little bit of time for it to develop. So by the time I completely remove the second solution, my tint should be ready for me to apply. The color that I used is blue black. I feel that this is very universal for all my ladies. The processing time was about 10 minutes for the tint. So after I remove it with a dry cotton swab or a disposable lip wand, I use filler 3. Filler 3 is probably my favorite because it is 24% clinically proven to increase lash thickness during service. So this is how I remove the lashes off of the rod. I put 1 drop per eye, gently pressing the solution into the lashes while removing them. I normally don't wash the lashes after. I feel like I don't need to. I'll just get like a damp Q-tip and then I'll gently wipe the lash line if there's any residue or tint left over. And then I'll proceed with some nourishing oil to help keep the lashes hydrated and moisturized. Then I gently remove the eye pad. The tint makes the lashes pop. No mascara needed for weeks. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye guys.